Welcome back to Latte Hour. You may hear my heater going in the background. It is getting chilly out there, folks. Hope you all are staying warm during this winter storm that is rolling through. And hope you have a nice latte right now. I actually found another coffee place. I know I had found another new one a couple of months ago that I like a lot. However, they're really good for their cold drinks, but as it gets cold, I have been wanting to go back to hot drinks, of course, hot lattes. And so I found another spot, and it is very delicious. And I think I know these will be my two spots, one for cold, one for hot, and I won't have to go to one of the most famous chains that I feel like their food supply has been taken over by the folks that are conspiracied to be the ones messing with the food supply. So until that place is free of meddling in their food supply, I will be going to these two new to me coffee shops in the future. So if you guys I guess I hope you all are doing your research on where you're buying coffee, and if you can't do that, then just make the best brand of coffee that you can make at home. Okay, so jumping right in to the subjects for today. First, I want to start off with the Affordable Care Act and the possible extension to the subsidies. Right now, the House is still talking over a possible new bill. However, some Republicans in the House do want to go ahead and extend the subsidies. So we are kind of in limbo on that, and we'll have to just tune in, wait, and see what they're going to do. Remember, they have until December 31st. However, they will probably take care of it this week on whatever they're going to do before everyone goes off to be with their families for the holidays. Secondly, I wanted to talk about a tweet from BlackRock that was around December 1st, and it was basically an article in The Economist that kind of explained Larry Fink's and Rob Goldstein's view on crypto and tokenization. This is kind of a 180-degree turnaround on their view of crypto. Now it seems that they support crypto and they support putting everything on a blockchain, meaning tokenizing everything, hence the word tokenization. So, for example, if they were to tokenize real estate, then when you sell your house, it could end up on the blockchain and 1,500 people could all buy into ownership of your house that you have for sale. And to me, this goes into the World Economic Forum's saying, well, not their saying, but something someone said from one of their events, that people will own nothing and be happy. And I'm paraphrasing there. And so I feel like that goes into that. If 1,500 people own a house, well, do you really own anything? It's like when you buy a stock in a company. You don't really own the company. You got a piece of it, but you don't really have control over it. So you're not having any controlling ownership. And I see that being a problem for the self-reliant, independent American, and how tokenization could totally ruin really just freedom in America, period. So I would encourage you all to look into that, and also look into legislation that is starting to pop up that would support tokenization. And so there is the Clarity Act that is being that was introduced in May, and it provides a framework for crypto, which is totally against where crypto was supposed to be, a decentralized currency. And so I don't know where they are on this act. Uh, let's see. It was passed in July of 2025 and is waiting on consideration in the Senate, according to a quick search here. So encourage your Senate members not to vote for the Clarity Act if you actually like your freedom in America. And I think that wraps up that topic. So make sure you go and do your due diligence. Lastly is the Border Patrol's proposition to make some rule changes on folks coming into the country that are not citizens. Basically, it's going to require more biometrics from them. Also, it may eliminate the electronic system that is used to file their paperwork for a mobile only system that would require a selfie. I would also caution folks who like freedom against this proposal because this seems to be, in my opinion, a roll into the digital ID that is being heavily pushed in Europe right now. I don't think that they would stop at folks outside of the country. It's kind of like the broken glass theory. Once there's a crack there, that crack grows right to the American people. You can go to the Federal Register right now and comment. I think you have until early February. If you go to the Federal Register, that I guess entry is called Agency Information Collection Activities Revision Arrival and Departure Record Form I-94 and Electronic System for Travel Authorization, or known as ESTA. So if you want to make your voice heard on that, you can visit the Federal Register and look up that title. I will also leave that below. And so just a recap of everything that we just went over. The first was the status of the ACA subsidies extension, which is still in limbo at the moment. So we'll wait to see what they do before the holidays. The second was the article that BlackRock tweeted about crypto and tokenization, and also the legislation, the Clarity Act, that seems to support tokenization, which is still waiting to be put on the, I guess, up for discussion in the Senate. And so please contact your senators and make your voice heard on how you feel about the Clarity Act and tokenization. And then lastly, the third thing we spoke about was the U.S. Border Patrol proposed rule changes for visitors outside of the country. As I said, you can go to the Federal Register and make your comments on how you feel on the proposed rule changes. And so to wrap up everything, when it's time to vote again, I know there's some things that I definitely want to hear from candidates. I'm not tied to one party, especially because I think both parties have been infiltrated. In fact, looking at independent candidates is definitely something I would consider this go around, just to really clean up the government at this point. But yeah, so hopefully you all will do your homework with the rest of Latte Hour. And if I don't get on here before Christmas, I know I'm supposed to make that apple pie. That will be another video outside of Latte Hour if I get that up. Yeah, enjoy the holidays with your family, remembering what's really important in this world, and make sure you're present. Don't be on the phone and the computer the whole time. There's so many moments happening that you don't want to miss. And also, Three Eye Atlas. Maybe people are having a watch party for December 19th. I don't know what I'm doing for that, but we'll see what happens with that as well. All right, guys, enjoy your holiday and everything in between. Bye now.